Hi, my name is Sabyasachi Mittal. Presentation skills. One of the most important ways of communicating and sharing information in the corporate world today. However, every time we have to make a presentation, don't you agree with me? We always feel very concerned, very worried, butterflies in stomach. I don't know how will I perform, what will people think about me, will they form any opinion and judgment about me? You go through this state of mind every time you're being asked to make a presentation. I will tell you honestly, each one of us has gone through a similar situation. We have been making presentations in schools, colleges, and now a lot in our virtual workspace. In fact, in pandemic times, when work has completely moved from a physical to an online environment, presentation skills have become more important than ever before. Earlier, in a physical work environment, we have had those opportunities when we had requested our friends or colleagues to make a presentation on our behalf because we did not feel very confident then. However, now in virtual work environment, do we really have that kind of an opportunity to excuse ourselves from making a presentation? Don't you worry, I have answers to all these problems for you. I understand when we are asked to make a presentation, we get worried about a lot of things. On priority, if I list them down for you, what will people think about me? Will I be able to perform very well? Very simple, generic things that we start getting worried about, which doesn't really have much to do with my presentation skill. And then you start thinking about, will I fumble a lot? Will I be able to speak fluently and continuously? What if they ask me difficult questions? Will I be able to answer those questions? Will I be able to deliver so much of content in 30 minutes time or 1 hour, 45 or 15 minutes and also make them feel I have communicated and conveyed all the information? How differently should I prepare my slide to create a very good impression? Now, based on my personal experience and exposure of more than 15 years of teaching in management schools and corporates as a trainer and facilitator, I have listed down certain aspects of presentation which will help you, guide you, support you in not just making you feel very confident, however also deliver presentation very effectively and efficiently. Let me quickly take you through a listing with examples and scenarios and what should you do to make yourself better in that kind of an aspect. Because if you would agree with me, we all are different. We have different set of skills. Maybe I'm very good at language, however, I don't feel very confident speaking in front of a crowd. Or a friend of mine is not that great at language, however, does excellent research, is very good at making PowerPoint presentations, and even good at answering questions to people because his or her subject knowledge is really good. In all these scenarios, we all need a different kind of an upskilling. Maybe I need to work on my public speaking skill, and a friend of mine, he or she needs to work a little on the language skill. With these exhaustively prepared aspects of presentation, you need to pick up what fits the best for you, or maybe the entire set can be beneficial for you. First thing first, you have to identify what is the purpose of your making a presentation. Are you standing there to educate someone? Is your presentation informative in nature, or are you going to talk about a sales review of the organization? Are you merely sharing an office update, a change in policy, or are you making a presentation to pitch an idea to a prospective stakeholder? Because the moment you define the purpose of a presentation, the language you choose, kind of words you really have to select, keywords, business jargons, terminologies, modulation, intonation, your pitch of making the presentation, your tone, and the kind of environment that you sit or maybe standing making the presentation will be adjusted. And you will have to rework on it every time given the scenario. Because if you're making an informative presentation, your presentation usually has to be one way. That means you do not expect a lot of audience participation in your presentation. However, if it is education oriented, if you are teaching somebody, training somebody, facilitating an audience, you expect questions, or rather you might help them, prompt them, ask them that if they have any questions or concerns for you, maybe even in the middle of the presentation. Talking about sales review, this can become more of an engaging presentation with everybody chipping in their points. That means you will not just be standing there and making a presentation, however also moderating the entire meeting by virtue of being a presenter of the anchor there. Identify the purpose behind making a presentation. You will have good comfort in preparing yourself mentally about the kind of role you are expected to play. One of the biggest and the first steps in the direction of making your presentation very impressive and effective. The next comes is your audience. You have to really know about your audience. I'll give you two important scenarios over here. One, you know about your audience, and the audience is also familiar with the subject of your presentation. If you know about the audience already, you'll feel a little more comfortable because you might think, okay, I know them, they know me. They may not form judgment or opinion about me because they know how I am professionally as a person. So you feel a little comfortable in your skin there, one. Second, if they already know about the subject, that means it is a big responsibility on your part to offer them some new information, some new set of idea related to the subject that you are talking about. It's also very important for you to know about the audience, because if you know the age group of the audience, at what level do they work in the organization, are they senior management professionals, or are these people working in the middle level of the organization, or have they just recently joined as freshers. Be careful so that you don't end up speaking words or business jargons which they do not know about. This will also help you define the depth of the subject that you want to dive into. Also, because the depth, the kind of terminologies you use would ensure the kind of actionables you eventually communicate and convey through your presentation for the audience. Third is, would you be making a presentation through an aid or without an aid? That means, would you be using a PowerPoint tool of the Microsoft, or a board and a marker pen, or maybe a flip chart? Or without these, would you be just standing in front of a webcam, or maybe sitting in front of a webcam, or physically in a workspace and making the presentation? Because if you're using these PowerPoint presentations and tools like such, then you have the luxury of engaging audience by means of showing them graphs, pie charts, histograms, maybe any figure or data on your slide. However, in case you do not have that kind of a chance to use these tools, that means the way you speak, your modulation, intonation of voice will be very, very important to keep the audience engaged. However, now that we are usually making presentations online due to pandemic, I would suggest the practice of making presentations without much of aids, and making presentation by use of your intonation, modulation, tone, pitch and voice will make a great contribution in making you an efficient and effective presenter. Because tomorrow, even if it comes to making the same presentation in a physical workspace, you would not have to depend a lot on these tools and different aids and your dressing sense and your personality and the lighting and the stage and other paraphernalia. Because by the time you would be proficient in making the presentation confidently based on your subject knowledge and ability to talk effectively by use of tone, pitch, modulation, intonation and right keywords for that particular subject topic. Next very important point is length of the presentation. You definitely need to know about the duration for which you're supposed to talk and speak, because accordingly, based on the timeline, you will be able to divide the topic into subtopics and give more attention to topics of greater importance. That means you not end up rushing through it. Another very important point is language. Yes, definitely. I know that you have been thinking if I would ever talk about language. I know language is very important. However, I have been harping on this fact time and again every time I stand to make a talk on presentation. What is expected from you is that your language, your words should be relevant to the subject. Your business terminologies and jargon should not be out of place. You should know if audience already know about these business jargons and terminologies. Otherwise, you might want to refrain yourself from using such words or keywords in your presentation. That is one. Other important part of language is the word stress. Copies, students, all of you, now, today, delivery, deliverables. Are you using such keywords which eventually make audience realize what is expected from them? Because these words also generate a call for action and actionable strategies that audience is supposed to act upon. Fluency in your language during presentation can be very easy to acquire the moment you start thinking that I'm only supposed to talk about this subject. That means you should not feel distracted about other part of the language in general. Your language is confined to the technical language now. That is only related to maybe a software project or if you're talking about tourism, if you're talking about how a pasta is made, if you're talking about politics. Now imagine all these topics have a style of speech. All these topics have relevant business knowledge. All these topics also have a language related to them. When you read a newspaper or when you watch news, you would be able to recollect every time you sit in front of television. Finance news language is very different than a political news language or sports news language. So accordingly, start preparing yourself. A very simple suggestion today: sit in front of a television, watch business news for 15 minutes, sports news for 15 minutes, and also political news for 15 minutes. And maybe then you might want to switch on to a lifestyle television channel, and then you will be able to relate. The same news anchor delivering different sets of items has to speak differently using different terminologies. This will not just build in confidence in you to be able to speak effectively, also help you differentiate what are the things you should not be worried about and only focus on your subject matter knowledge. Another very important point in continuation to language skills and proficiency is body language, because a lot of times people definitely focus on their body language, however they forget to know, acknowledge and have any prior knowledge and information of using and being able to interpret the body language of audience. Yes, I am talking about audience's body language also. Your body language is about, are you moving a little too much? Are you communicating anything in contradiction to what you're suggesting from words? Are you communicating you're being nervous? This is your body language part. The way you rub your nose, you're playing with your hair a little too much, if you're walking too much in the training room or the facility where you're making a presentation. However, also what is very, very important is, are you able to understand, interpret the body language of the audience? Do you give any attention to it at all? First thing first. I'm very sure you have come across those situations in personal and professional life when you're talking to person A and you come back home and you tell your wife or your children or your family or maybe your boyfriend and you tell them, I had a good word with person A. I'm very convinced with what he or she is saying. However, I have a little doubt, because the way this person was moving, the way this person was sitting, the way this person was in rush, I don't feel very comfortable. I think this person is trying to hide something. That means you are definitely interpreting, judging the body language of that person, which is communicating, conveying something in contradiction to the words of that person to you. Similarly, it happens the case in the time of presentation. Don't you see that at times if you're making a presentation, your audience is just sitting blank or they're staring at you? Don't you feel uncomfortable? Don't you feel as if I'm talking to a wall? Do not you feel maybe they are not enjoying my presentation? Are they not engaged? Are they not buying what I'm selling? These are those signs that you have to evaluate, you need to know and interpret very efficiently. That means based on the body language of the audience, if they are moving, if they are feeling a little lazy, if they are yawning a little too much, if they are not looking at you and busy in their cell phone or notebooks with a pen and paper, this is something you have to be very careful about, because this also gives you an opportunity to regain their attention, get them back towards what you are talking about. And these are those signs that you need to be aware of. So please focus on your body language. That means you should not end up giving something which is in contradiction to what you're talking about. And also when it is the body language of your audience, you should be able to interpret it well in time to be able to re-strategize the talk, take a break at that moment and regain their trust and start making presentation and resume once again. Another important point is setting of the presentation. Are you going to make a presentation in a physical environment? Is it going to be like an auditorium kind of a setting? Or are going to people sit in oval manner or circular manner around you? Or are you going to stand in front of an audience with that long rectangular table like a boardroom meeting presentation style? Knowledge of the setting will help you define your strategy and the kind of tone, pitch at which you need to talk. Would you need a mic? And with mic, would you be able to talk that effectively? Are you comfortable with the mic? Or if you're standing in a circular space, even if you have mic, however, how should you be moving around to ensure you're not just standing there as a fixture, but also you are able to look at all the people around you and maintain an eye contact with them, because that eye contact will make a great impression, will help them feel that you are connected with them and you are talking to each one of them individually. Presentation slides, yes, these should be very crisp and business-like. The color scheme should be very professional, should not be very difficult font to read or little too flamboyant and little too aggressive font also. Also ensure there's not too much of data and information on each slide. Break it down into number of slides. Having said that, also be very careful you do not have too many slides that it appears as if you're just reading everything from the slide. Don't end up putting everything on the slide. Slides are just reference points for you to recollect the details of the topic or subtopic. So be very careful when you're making a presentation using the slideshow. Dressing sense and style is very important, and I personally feel it helps you establish a very good rapport and connect with the audience. In a physical workspace, definitely your dressing style can make a lot of impression on people, how professionally you dress up, the kind of color combination and choices that you make. In an online workspace nowadays, because of pandemic, it may not make a huge difference. However, yes, because you are visible on camera, I would suggest wear at least a nice top or a shirt for sure. Tie your hair nicely and also appear very fresh and prim and proper. Now your style. Are you going to be very friendly with the audience? Are they familiar to you already? Are you going to be a moderator? Are you going to act as an anchor? Define your role based on the subject, type of the audience, number of people present in the presentation, and do you want it to be more discussion oriented? That means you need to get back to your point number one. What is the purpose of your presentation? Is it going to be educational in nature, informative in nature, or are you going to pitch a sales idea? What is the objective of your presentation? Organize your thoughts. This, according to me, is one of the most important topics or aspects of making an effective presentation. A lot of people are very good in language. They ensure everything is prim and proper and aligned completely in keeping with the kind of idea that they have thought of making the presentation about. Everything is scheduled, everything is on time, presentation slides are very nicely prepared, they are dressed very appropriately for the occasion. However, at times do you come across those instances when you forget points in the middle of the presentation? You are at loss of words to present that point, or maybe you recollect some points, some topics, some subtopics towards the end of the presentation and you squeeze them in towards the end. However, it does not make sense. It completely looks out of place. I would suggest it's very important that whatever you have to speak, rehearse well and ensure you talk in an orderly way. Have a sequence to your story. You cannot talk about things in a very haphazard manner. Be very coherent in terms of the speech. That means you should go in a flow chart way. You should have very organized thoughts, and even if you forget anything that you were supposed to talk in the middle of the presentation, okay, tell your audience, I'm really sorry, I missed to mention a point when we were on slide 5 talking about sales review. However, I think it is very important for you to know, can I bring your attention back to sales review, and slowly squeeze in and share the point in brief now because you've already run out of your time. So you have to take care of all these aspects in totality. You have to look at your purpose and objective making the presentation. Definitely have good knowledge about the audience that you're going to talk to, your body language, and your language is very important. The way you make your presentation, that means your PPT style, your slides, your font, your color scheme, the way you dress up, the way you approach the subject. Are you friendly? Are you moderating? Are you being an anchor? And also the way you organize your thoughts. All these aspects will eventually make your presentation very effective and efficient. Now, before I leave you there, I will share a very important tip that I have earned in my life and I've learned. That whenever you start to make a presentation, in the first 30 seconds or a minute, given the time frame and the length of your presentation, inform your audience, introduce your audience to the subject of the presentation. That means tell them what you're going to tell them. And then when you're talking in detail, that is, you tell them what you have to tell them, take a deeper dive into your subject. Towards the end, highlight what you have discussed today, recapitalize, summarize, that leave them with a call for action, that help them understand what are actionables, that also helps them remember your points for a long time. That means you tell them what you have told them already. Then if you come to the question and answers part, even if you don't have answer to any question, do not panic. Tell them very professionally, very confidently, I'm sorry, I'm afraid I do not have information about this topic or your concern right now. Would you allow me some time? I can get back to you after some research. In this way, you will not confuse them by giving them wrong information or misleading them. If you realign your presentation styles given the aspects that I have shared with you today, I'm very confident you will realize a significant difference next time you stand to make a presentation. I wish you a very good luck for your presentation next time. If you have any more questions, concerns, or you want me to make videos of this kind for any other subject and topic related to business communication, etiquette, or soft skills, definitely write to me on the email address given below or even comment in the comment section below.